What is up, my friends? Welcome back after what has been a very confusing, strange, eventful day. I don't know how I feel right now. I don't know how I feel after the Arsenal result. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I can't, for the life of me, figure out how I'm feeling right now. But I'd like to know how you guys are feeling. It's been a mad day, hasn't it, folks? Honestly, like from the lows of the performance earlier on to the confusion about the Arsenal result. I'm genuinely, I'm confused. I'm confused. This is more so than ever why I wanted to come on and chat with everyone, because I don't know what way I should be looking at this. Should I be looking at it that we've messed up a huge opportunity, that we could be sitting top of the Premier League now, again with it in our own hands, or has the door been left a little bit open for us to pop back in? I really don't know. I know I'm angry about the result. I know I'm angry about our performance. I know I'm confused as to what the hell happened, but that Arsenal result is it's interesting if nothing else. And look, I'm a realist. I know Manchester City are by far the favourites. Manchester City it's in their hands. Their fixtures are kinder. They've got a muscle memory of being able to win these games, and they're on an incredible run as it is. I get it. I totally understand it. I don't for 1 second believe anything other than City are in the box seat right now. Of course. If you're looking for the stats for it, Opta stats have changed. They reckon Manchester City now have a 70% chance to win the Premier League. Arsenal down to 18% chance, and Liverpool down to a 12% chance. So look, the odds are very much in Arsenal's favour. But we're certainly in a better position than we were at 4:10 when that game finished. But then again, look, do I look at it and think to myself, is it possible that Liverpool can actually go and win 6 games on the trot in the league? I don't know what's realistic anymore. But it certainly hasn't done us any harm that Arsenal lost that game earlier on. Still in it, but we don't deserve it. See, Michael, I think that's kind of realistic, mate. I feel like that's probably the right answer. Somehow we're still in the title race. Yes, we are now majorly not the favourites. It's definitely Manchester City's to lose at this point. Yeah, I think that's right. We don't deserve to be in a title race, but amazingly we are still in a title race. City won't drop it now, so Jacob. Well, I went and got the fixtures to have a look at what's remaining for everybody concerned. Manchester City's remaining fixtures are Brighton away, Nottingham Forest away. So back-to-back away games there for Manchester City. Obviously sandwiched in and around the game they have against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Then they've got Wolves at home, Fulham away, Tottenham away, and West Ham at home. I mean, look, I know it's wishful thinking, but you never know. For us, we've got Fulham away next week. Then we've got Everton away, West Ham away, Tottenham at home, Villa away, and Wolves at home. Lots of away games there for us, and it won't be easy. Craig, have faith in Klopp, he won't disappoint. You know what though, mate? It's really hard to have faith in anything after that performance. I'm still shocked. I don't understand. Look, I can understand how we can drop points. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand we dropped points at United. We had the result against Atalanta, but I just can't understand that response today. The lack of urgency, the lack of aggressiveness probably is a word that I would like to use. Yes, aggressiveness. City got a drop, and I hope they will. Maybe Spurs will look, possibly. And what could make this interesting as well, of course, is that Spurs will have a part to play in this title race. Spurs have to play us. Spurs have to play Arsenal. Spurs have to play City. And City going to Spurs Stadium hasn't been a happy hunting ground for them. So I guess anything is possible. Good evening, said Nicola. Nothing is lost. We're Liverpool. That makes a whole lot of difference. They need us. I love the positivity, and I'm so glad I've come back on for the positivity, because it's hard to find positive things at this moment in time. Sorry, today is not about hoping. Arsenal and us simply don't deserve it, said Gokul. As much as you hate City, you have to admit there's a ruthlessness in them that makes them winners. Yes, I can't argue with that, mate. If I take apart the emotional situation with City and, how they play and how they've assembled their team, yes, they are an absolute machine for grinding out wins. They are. And I think you're right as well, Gokul, in what you said, and that we probably don't. But I felt like we've deserved other stuff, and it hasn't happened. So I don't know. If it gives me one bit of confidence, though, there may be twists and turns to go somewhere. I don't know if they're going to twist in our favour or not, but I did not think Arsenal were going to lose to Aston Villa. I thought that maybe Villa could get a draw there, but they're wobbling. They're under pressure. They feel it as well. So if there is any positives to be taken from that, it's, well, I guess just that Arsenal are wobbling. Lost 3-0 to Atalanta and were beaten 1-0 by a very average Crystal Palace team. It's hard to feel optimistic that we're going to win 6 on the trot. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was incredibly difficult watching Jurgen Klopp's post-match interview because you could see Jurgen was dejected. You could just see it in him after the match. I felt for him. I really, really felt for him after that. Yeah, he looked lost, confused. Not angry as much, but very confused. Sorry, Craig, do you think the players are fatigued after a long season? Today, Eze and Elise were fresh from injury. You can say that, but I guess, Imran, I could say to you, Jota's fresh from injury, Trent's fresh from injury. So if you're looking at it from a fatigue perspective, look at our bench today. Let's look back at this again and look at our bench from earlier on. You know, there's no excuses for us to talk about fatigue when we've got Gomez, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Elliott, Jota, Gravenberch, Trent and Kwanzaa on the bench. There were plenty of options there for Jurgen to call upon. So I don't feel like fatigue is the answer. I don't know. Again, I'm not in that dressing room, so this is just one man's opinion. One positive, Gakpo is starting to play well as a winger. I think he could have played in Jones' position. Lewis, Robbo and Cody on that side could have been interesting because we were doing well. Yeah, I agree with you on Cody Gakpo. I think he definitely deserves a start against Atalanta. I was confused to see Jurgen take off Lucho today. I thought Lucho was one of our better performers. I don't understand how Salah stayed on the pitch. I would have said the same, by the way, if it was Darwin that stayed on the pitch. I'd be sitting here saying I don't know how Darwin stayed on the pitch. I thought both of them should have been substituted. I thought Klopp made some substitutions too late. Just looking at Sky Sports as well. The pundits on there were even talking about how late Elliott's substitution was and how it should have been done earlier. And it was, again, just looking for miracles late on when there was more time to make that change and impact the game. Is the title over for us? I cried after today's game, said Ashburn. Ash, I don't think you're on your own, mate, at shedding a few tears. I haven't quite got there myself, but I don't know how to feel, mate. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if the title's over. I don't know if we're deluding ourselves because Arsenal lost, but all I know is if we had have beaten Crystal Palace today, we'd be top of the Premier League right now and talking about the title being fully in our own hands. So I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing what happened today.